Right. Sound like me. All right. Do you want to do that for the interview, or you want to just ask me before we start? Oh yeah, yeah. You can. I'm sure you already have your questions all set up. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Okay, cool. So now we're going through, so people are hearing us talk. All right, cool. I'll just open up the scene. We got it. We're in. Let me. Oh wait. Let me make my Discord announcement real quick. You can entertain people while I do this. You can do whatever you want, man. Or like when people say they're a 90s child, but they were born in like 1998. Oh, really? Thank God. I think we all are. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I had to do one more thing too. Hold up. Is that what shirt is that? Oh, that I was about to say. Is that the logo? Because it looks like it. Yeah, it looks like one of those. You can't hear truck. All right, Radiant. Let me try to fix this here. Say something now. Yeah, you're going through now. You're definitely going through now. All right. I was gonna put doing an interview on my channel, but I'm being interviewed on my channel.
It's fine. We can do it the other way if you want.
I am not talented with that. I am not talented.
It's really not too hard. If you ever want to do an interview for someone else, the first one always sucks, and then after that, it's pretty easy.
After that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
You sound pretty experienced with it all.
Yeah, well, you know, it helps to have a good person you're interviewing, I suppose. Sometimes they can bomb, no pressure.
Yeah. I'm gonna bomb so hard right now.
Oh, it's all right.
What's up, Quinn and Beard? How's it going, guys?
Oh, I don't actually see your chat. I should probably. It's fine if there's anything important.
Yeah, they'll probably like try to like make you ask me questions about everything.
Oh yeah, about your sex life that you'd never talk about on stream. Certainly not with the horrible jokes and. It's fine. Start not yet. Yeah, weird. Here we go.
We already started. It's already.
I thought that was a fleshlight when you first did that. Like whenever I saw that GIF, and I was rather. Anyway, we don't have to start off on this note. We can start off on something else. Hi.
It could have been. It could have been, man. No judgment.
Welcome to a probably somewhat typical at this point Streamer Squad interview. I am Trouble Chuck doing this interview for Streamer Squad people. We'll yell all that stuff out at the end. Talking to whose channel you're watching this on, and I guess you might be familiar with. ItsYoshh, and I just now realized that I didn't post this in the Streamer Squad Discord itself. So hold
on. I think it's pretty well.
How'd you get started streaming? We'll go with that. Oh wait, no, hold on. I gotta start off first. I prepared this. Fuck Yosh! All right, did I get it? Was it good?
Yeah, you got it.
All right, gonna make Ashley proud. Did I kill all your people's eardrums? Okay, cool.
Ashley is just rude. She's very rude in real life.
Yeah, but it works.
It was literally like I saw her at I met up with her at a Discord party. They had a Discord party, and then like she literally came up to me and elbowed me like right here in my arm, and like she was like fucking Yosh, and she was drunk. She was like super drunk, and she was like fucking Yosh, and she like elbowed me. I'm like, Jesus Christ, your bony elbows.
So yeah, that she was also drunk in the one time I met her. So maybe that's Maybe that's a thing. Anyway, this is not an interview about her. I just wanted to fill for time while I got that set on there.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get this started off with the boring stuff. How long have you been streaming, and when did you start?
Shoot,
That's the same question. Where did you start?
Why or where? I started at my house. I mean,
who was it you started streaming? Who are you? Where are we?
Hey, Seal, how's it going, buddy? So I started streaming in July of last year. I was actually injured at the time. I was under disability. I had like a really bad back injury at my job, and I was like just sitting around the house, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start streaming or something. And I told my wife about it. I'm like, I've always wanted to stream, so I'm just gonna try it out. It's better than just like laying around and doing nothing around the house all day. So I started streaming, and then now I'm here. You know, I mean, it was pretty much a way to like kind of keep like depression and like what am I doing with my life kind of questions in my head at bay, you know, like doing something I enjoy. And I first started like networking on Facebook. Word of advice, never network with streaming on Facebook. And then like I went into like the Discord realm and the Twitter realm, and that's what really helped me launch and get into my, you know, actual streaming career.
That meme where it's the little brain and then the big brain. Yeah.
And because like I mean with like I tell people this all the time, and some people don't agree with me, but with Facebook it's really hard, because if you're gonna be joining groups, it's like everybody just posting their links. That's all it's gonna be. You know, I met like a couple of people out of like the year I used Facebook, and then decided just to completely stop using Facebook, and it's just much better. Too much extra work for nothing. Like you don't get enough back.
Makes me feel better about not having Streamer Squad stuff there. So that's good that I dodged that bullet.
Yeah.
So how quickly did you start in the networking side of things? Usually people start streaming and then they have to spend a good, year talking to themselves and 3 people before they realize, hey, this whole thing gets a little bit better if I try to make friends with others.
That started actually kind of quick. I was invited to join, like, you join like the typical Discord community groups and stuff like that. And then, but I actually made like a lot of really good friends right away when I started, like with bigger streamers too. Streamers that was actually like quadruple my size at the time. And I just made some really good friends with them. And then at that time, like, I think I got affiliate within a month of streaming, not even, and had a solid community ever since. I think I'm not trying to like toot my own horn, but I don't think I was ever I was never under 20 subs. I was never under, like my average was always like at least 6 to 15 my entire like first year of streaming. Nice. And then I think like that's when my Twitter game started blowing up like a few months ago, and that's when I've actually started seeing even more growth. Between using Discord properly and Twitter properly. Everybody that uses Twitter, they think they just post their link and people want to come in, and that's not even it. You just got to post relatable content, stuff that you actually believe in, because people can see through the bullshit. I mean, if you're just saying nice things just to say nice things, people are going to see through that, Me, I'm always myself. I always keep it real. I always keep it 100 whenever, I post things on there.
No, I can attest to that. I'm glad that, you seem to have gotten that really quickly. And I think that's part of what's made you successful as you are now. I learned that from a guy named Dave Oshry, and he's a PR guy, right? It was like my first time in the games industry. I'm at some party. He goes, I'm here to be your friend and also show you this bullshit, and like points to the game he's there to promote. And that's basically the idea behind social media and network as a streamer, is you're here to be friends and connect with people and also do this streamer bullshit on the side. Like, whatever. But first it's about the friendships.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what it always is. I mean, nobody wants to spend time with somebody they don't have a connection with or a friendship with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, I can't be everybody's best friend, but I can always do my best to be there for people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like whether it's saying something that brightens their day, or saying something that gives them a new outlook or perspective, or them coming into my stream and me interacting with them, just to kind of keep their mind off of things. That type of sense of being like there for people and being friends with people.
Right. That's good. So what'd you do before streaming? What'd you do that well, okay, what'd you do before streaming that like talk about the accent a little bit, how you got hurt, if you don't mind
Oh
talking
yeah,
about that.
no. Well, I was working full time at a grocery store.
Okay.
I did like a little bit seal. I did a little bit of everything there. I worked the produce department, deli department. You know, I did everything they wanted me to do.
Yeah.
So one day, like I would like it was actually like the first like 3 or 4. I was working like three jobs. Well, 2 jobs, basically, kind of 3. I was working at the grocery store. I was working at GameStop part time, and I was doing like Uber and Lyft on the side whenever I could. And then like my back started hurting towards the beginning of the year, and I just kind of like worked through it. You know, like it'll go away. You know,
Yeah,
it'll go away. And then so like it just started hurting really bad around like the May area, and then I woke up the next day and I called my job. I'm like, I cannot get out of bed. Like I can't get up. So it went through like a long period of them giving me cortisone shots. I had 2 cortisone shots. Neither one of those worked. And then they finally did an MRI, and then they're like, yeah, you have a slipped disc and it's touching on your spinal cord. And so I was like, oh, okay. And then surgery, they scheduled surgery, of course. And I was streaming. I started streaming around July. I didn't have my surgery until October, maybe.
All right.
So when I was streaming, I would be in pain, but I'd kind of like muster through it because I actually like found something that I really, really, really enjoyed, you know?
Yeah.
And and then I had my back surgery, and then all that went good, you know, like in your mind, when you think about back surgery, I even thought about this. I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to walk again. You know, like I'm never gonna walk again after this surgery. You know, like my brain was going like 1,000,000 miles per minute. My wife was just like, "It's fine, it'll be fine," and it was okay. You know, all they did is they cut open my back and they shaved down.
Is that all?
And they shaved down my disc. Okay. They didn't like remove it or replace it or anything. They just shaved it down. So, and ever since then, I've been good. I just have a scar on my back now.
I don't know if I like the cavalier attitude where you say that's all they did. All they did was shave down my bone.
It was so bad. Like I couldn't get out of bed for like at least 2 weeks, and like without help. Like thank God for my wife. That's all I can say, because if she wasn't there, it would have been terrible. I had like the whole bed to myself, because like to roll over, I had to literally like use the whole bed to roll my whole. So yeah, so it was like literally I had to roll my entire body over.
Oh no!
What happened?
Did I drop or did you? Oh, are we back?
Oh, I dropped a little bit. I think we're good.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we're good. Cool. We're good. We're back. I just dropped a few frames.
So how did your wife take to the idea of you streaming? How was she?
Very, very, very supportive.
Blink twice if she can hear you. No.
Okay. My wife was very, very supportive when I first started streaming, and I think if she wasn't, I wouldn't be this far, you know, in it.
Yes.
A lot of people that I talk to that you can tell they're not happy streaming because their significant other is not happy streaming. You know what I'm saying? Like their significant other is not happy with them streaming. Yeah. And I was lucky enough to not have that. You know, and I tell everybody it's just something that you have to talk with your partner about too, of course, if it's something you want to pursue.
Everything in relationships.
Yeah, like it's you have to I mean, if your partner truly loves you and knows that you're passionate about it, then most of the time then they will be okay with it, you know. So like, I mean, like there was times where like I was like a little too serious about streaming and she'd get annoyed with me, like rightfully so, you know, but now it's kind of like I have a set schedule. I only stream 3 days a week. Everything else is family time. Everything else is time with her or time with my son or, you know, whatever.
Yeah. That's, you know, my wife was kind of the same way. At first she was like, I don't know about this, but it got there. Like she talked to her about like, oh, here's what I'll do. I won't have this take over all of our TV time and things like that.
Yeah. And that's exactly what you want. That's to keep everything healthy, you know, of course.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a healthy relationship, it's going to bleed over into your streaming. I mean, you're in front of a camera for 4, 6, 8 hours, however long you stream. You can only keep up an act so long, you know, of being like happy.
Yeah, I think that's what got me in trouble is I would say things on stream that I wouldn't say to our friends. And she's like, you're saying way too much about our life. Like, you need to dial that in a little bit.
Yeah, stop telling them about everything. God.
No, I am a very open book. So I think that was my biggest problem.
Yeah.
So you talk about streaming being kind of an escape for your depression and how you're feeling at the time about your injury and how that got you feeling in life. And that's interesting to me that you use streaming as an escape from depression, because it sure seems like on Twitter that a lot of people, you know, myself included, I've been a part of this, kind of gets depression is a very common topic among streamers. You see a lot of I need a mental health day. You see a lot of I need a break. And I have a theory that this hobby and depression can kind of go hand in hand. Maybe it's not getting enough light or going outside or like having face-to-face interaction. So how did you approach this to get away from your depression? And what do you think that you did that made it successful?
Well, I mean, like I said, the main, like me, I'm a very happy person initially. Like I mean, it's just the injury, you know, kind of took over, you know, everything during that time. But the successful part of it was, making actual friendship connections and also just having a support system there for me as well, like with my wife. And like I said, like before I worked 3 jobs. So all I really did was work. I'd work my first job 40 to 45 hours a week. I'd work my second job about 12 hours a week. And then I'd do Uber and Lyft like whenever I had like free time. So I and like before I would like, and then like when I get home, if I'd have time, I'd like maybe like play some games with my friends. Something like that, you know? So like whenever I got injured, it's kind of like I went from keeping busy 60, 75 hours a week to doing absolutely nothing every hour of the week. And it's kind of like when you are like in the same 4 walls and you're like to yourself all the time, it really gets to you mentally. And that's why like you hear a lot of streamers, they're like, go outside, hang out with friends, do this, because you can't be behind a computer screen or be on your phone or do all these things 24/7. It's completely going to flatline you as a person. And so I had a good balance. Like I had a good balance of course, like support from my wife, hanging out with people on stream, and then just like talking with them on Discord outside of that. I made like a lot of great friendships that are still around today, and like they're like some of my best friends now. Like when I went to TwitchCon and met up with them, it was just like a genuine meeting your best friend that you haven't seen in like a couple of weeks, and so it's just like I think like with streamers and depression, it does go hand in hand, because I think people who are trying to make it, people are trying to go partner, go full time and do all this, they know what it takes. Like I know what it takes. You have to be very serious about it, but you also need to be mentally healthy. And I think people throw away their mental health to push to get to this goal.
And well, it's the thing they don't realize they're throwing away.
Yeah,
right?
they don't realize it
until it's too late.
And then that's why you see these people, I gotta take a mental health, or I gotta take a break from Twitch or streaming in general, and they wind up taking weeks to months off because they didn't take the time to take care of themselves, and then when they take those weeks to months off and they come back, it's almost kind of like restarting.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like a lot of that, you know, to go with it.
Yeah, it's an unintentional new game plus mode there.
Yeah.
Do you think that you're so have you always had a naturally strong work ethic? I am not a person who would go work 75-hour weeks. Has that always been a part of you? And do you think that that helped whenever you started streaming, that maybe you looked at it as like, hey, this is no problem if I dedicate 3-4 hours, 10 hours a week or whatever to it?
Yeah, I mean, I've always had a strong work ethic. I guess like I started working like right when I turned 16. I was like, all right, I'm ready to get a job. Like, and my whole thing for getting a job was to get a PlayStation 3, because the PlayStation 3 like just came out when I got my job when I was like 16, and I was like, I need it. You know, and the first thing I bought was a PlayStation 3 and Oblivion, the Bethesda Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, and that's all I needed.
Isn't it nice when you don't have to pay rent?
Yeah, right? Oh my gosh, being an adult sucks. I wish I would have listened to my parents about saving money before moving out rather than spending it on every little thing. So yeah, like I started working when I was 16, and then I turned full-time right when I turned 18, and I became like in management. I worked for the same company for like 10, 12 years. And so it's just like, worked for the same company for like 10 years, but then I had my injury, and that's when I kind of had to restart too, because like that was another thing that kind of played into mental health, is that like when I went back, I knew I wasn't going to have my job anymore. They couldn't save it after so long. Like I think it's like they can only hold it up to 90 days, and it was well over 90 days when I got back. So
man.
Remember all the stuff?
Yeah. With the company, my wife kind of reminded me, with the company too, they had a lot of changes going on within the company. My manager, there was like a new manager who came in, and there was like all this stuff. And then like they got rid of a whole bunch of job positions. So like when I came back, it was just kind of like, yeah, you're not going to have a job when you come back.
Okay.
or unless you want to work part-time. And I was like, no. How am I going to support my family on a part-time job?
Right.
So I was like, I'm not going to do it part-time. And then, you know, but we kind of went off track with that. But
sorry.
All that but with mental health is like a huge key when it comes to streaming. And it definitely, my work ethic has definitely bled over, because you can like ask anybody, like I want to make sure like when I'd rather be on time for my stream than anything else. Like whenever I'm about to start stream, I'm ready to go. I got everything set up. I need to sit down, breathe in, breathe out, you know, post all this stuff on the social media, post everything on the Discords, and start everything up, you know, and just having that consistent schedule 3 days a week. And I only dedicate 12 to 15 hours to actually streaming a week.
Right. What would you say your streamer work week is, though? Because I know it's going to be a lot more than 15 hours when you count for everything else.
So streamer work week. Oh gosh.
I probably work a 40-hour week doing just Discord stuff. So
yeah,
with that perspective, it's probably something around there for you, if not more.
I mean, with me, it's kind of like, man, I'll think of like a tweet and I gotta tweet it out, and then like, or I will go on Twitter and I'll be interacting with people on Twitter, and then on Discord interacting with people in like a few, like I'm part of like so many communities, so like each day I kind of dedicate it. Like first I dedicate it to my team, to be determined. Okay. And then I'll like pick like another side community to like kind of talk in that day. But it's definitely like a 40-hour work week. I mean, it's I tell everybody most of the work is outside the stream. It's not on the stream. Like, yeah, you have to work on your quality and you have to work on everything else as you go, but your number one priority is networking and being active. That's how you're going to get noticed.
Yep. So how did you join your first community again? Like, you just said they found you. Did you reach out to them on Twitter? Did you search for it, or was it someone came to you in a stream and then let you know?
The first community I was a part of, I was in, it's like the biggest one on Facebook. It's the twitch.tv streamers community. Okay. And then I just joined their Discord, and from there I just interacted with people on that Discord. That's pretty much how it happened. Nobody kind of reached out to me. I kind of like searched for it on my own, kind of thing.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was just kind of thinking about how it's hard to go out and find communities that you're interested in without hearing about it from someone else. There doesn't seem to be. You can't really Google for Discord channels, and when you see a Twitter account, it's like, hey, we're gonna promote everybody with this hashtag and follow everyone, and that's what. Not to trash too many communities out there, but yes, to trash some communities out there.
You're right, though. Like, you're right. Like with a lot of communities, it's just like, join our Discord. And I talk about this a lot. Streamer oriented communities, ones that's led by streamers, are the worst to be a part of. Because it's kind of like, support me and I'll support you, and you know, help me with this and I'll help you with that, and that's just not how it works. Like, you can't depend on one human being to give you everything, and they're just gonna suck in all the support while you're gonna get like not even a fraction of it. And it comes to all about just making friends within communities. It can be streamer-led communities too. Just don't get sucked into the bullshit. You know, you can still meet great people in those communities. Just don't get sucked into the type of bullshit like pyramid scheme of Twitch, you know.
I played Neopets. I'm familiar with pyramid schemes.
Neopets, oh God.
I really like and admire your opinion on this. Half the day I'm reading the tweets. I got like, oh hell yeah, yes, someone else gets it. So.
Yeah, and that's what I think that's the good thing about Twitter, and I think that's why I love Twitter so much, because I'll post something and I'll be like, at first I was like, I don't know what people are gonna think about this. I don't know what people. And I just post it, but now I just don't give a fuck. Like I'm like I have this opinion. I'm just gonna say it, and like people are gonna tell me like I'm doing it for impressions and doing it for this and that, and like no shit. I'm sorry. I'm going to do it. Like, if I'm getting traction on things that I tweet and it's getting my name out there, why not? But also, I'm not giving you shit that I don't believe in. So it's kind of like, I'm not making these tweets. I just know, like, I mean, I knew it from like the first few times I made tweets and they just got hits, is that, okay, speaking my mind more, fine. Like this it makes me not afraid to speak my mind, you know. And if people want to call out bullshit, they can, but honestly 90% of the people are going to agree with me and 10% are going to be like, dude, you're full of shit. Like,
man, I need that not giving a fuck superpower. I feel like if I make a tweet and 3 people disagree immediately, like, oh god, I've ruined my life.
Delete the tweet, you know.
Yeah, no, that happens a lot. Or like,
I think the only one where I got a lot of people who called me out on bullshit with it, which I don't even know why, is for like the follow for follow and share for share bullshit. I called out on it, and I literally had like a flood of people come in. Follow for follow actually works. I'm like, no, not on Twitch, man.
That's where you ask them, how many people did you follow for follow that you actually talk to on any kind of regular basis?
Exactly, man. That's what I did. It's kind of like
answer 0.
You can get 500 to 600 people doing follow for follow and following you back while you follow them, and you're gonna only average like 2 or 3 people.
Hey, congrats, you hit the affiliate line. But
yeah, right.
No one's there to sub.
And that's what I tell everybody. Like, you know, it's cool. It's cool if you want to fast forward and hit that affiliate. I mean, hitting the 50 follows is not hard. Honestly, even hitting the 3 average viewers is not that hard. I mean,
I can open 3 Chrome tabs.
Yeah, I mean, dude, all you got to do is have like a few friends. Just keep my tab open on Twitch, and you know, it's just like, but it's kind of like people trying to rush to partner and all this stuff like that. I'm like, you're not gonna succeed as a partner on Twitch if you don't build up and establish your community. Yep. It's just not like I hear about all these people, they get that partner status, and then they're streaming and they're not happy because they don't have these people that push them into this partner stuff in their streams anymore. Right. And it's just like, because you didn't establish a community. You only had all your best friends raid you all the time, so you could push to achieve something for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that's why that's my biggest, like, I say it a lot because I also say it to myself. Like, it's easy to get sucked into numbers, but if I'm not establishing a great community of people that's welcoming, and that's like, if anybody new comes to my chat and I don't have a great community that's making them feel welcome, then what am I doing? You know?
Though that is a hard line to walk, because just the reality of the world is a lot of your viewers are also going to be streamers themselves. So it's kind of hard to make that balance in between, hey, you're a friend and a streamer, I want to support you because my friend, but also leeching off of raids is your community. So how do you find that balance? Do you find that many of your viewers are streamers themselves? And how do you balance the, hey, are you only my friend so I can shout you out, or are we actually cool?
I put it point blank in general, and I think I've even made a few tweets about this. I'm like, don't support me in the expectation for me to support you back, because that is the reality of it. I mean, I could tell everybody in the world, support me and I'll support you. I could tell everybody in the world to support me and I'll support them, and then they'll get to the point where they don't see support from me, and then so they'll just cut me out in general. But if I make that line and say, listen, I'm here to make friends, don't expect me, I'm not going to expect you to raid or host me every stream. Don't expect me to do it either. You know, like, I just want friends, and I want a community. And I'm like, if you want, you can join my Discord and talk with other streamers and talk with my community. And if you want to try to establish something there, then you can. You're more than welcome to. But that's why I have a self-promotion thing in my stream. I have the lounge. Make use of it. If you want to do the self-promotion there, I'm not sure a lot of people are really going to look at it, but people are there to make friends. Yeah. You know, the people, and that's the whole balance of it. Like, don't support, as a streamer, don't support another streamer in expectations of getting something back. Support the streamer because you enjoy his content and you just enjoy him as a person, just like you would support anybody else, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I think my goal with reaching out and making friends is, hey, I want to have a drink with this person at some point in time, and then anything else that happens, that's, wow, that sounds like I'm trying to date people. That's weird. Anyway, so you use the word support a lot. I found that that's a word that gets tossed around in sort of, support, much like the word networking, gets tossed around Twitter and just totally bastardized by the, hey, everybody like and retweet this and link your channel. We're all going to support each other, right? So what does the word support mean for you?
All right, Cobain. Jesus, the word support for me is just giving people love. I mean, like, if you look at a support system, like an actual support, like a life support system, what are you doing for that? Nothing. That thing is working for you. It is keeping you alive. It is keeping you afloat. It's the same way. Like, if I'm going to support somebody, I don't expect anything back. I don't. I support them because I enjoy the person and enjoy, like, I can't support hundreds of streamers. Like, don't expect me to be sub to like 500 people or something like that, but like, support is not about that though. It's not about subbing or dropping bits or following. It's about being there for somebody. And I feel like that is the most important part of establishing a streaming community. Like, the one that I helped start, To Be Determined, we're not about follow for follow or support for support or any of that bullshit. We're here, make friends, make family, and that's it. And if something comes from it, something comes from it. If something doesn't, something doesn't, and I feel like people get it twisted that you have to follow somebody or you have to do all this. Follow is just a number. It is not important in Twitch. I could care less if somebody follows me or not, honestly. But like, you coming in here and lurking, or you coming in here and talking in my channel, even if it's for like 5 seconds. Like, I have people all the time coming in from Twitter like, oh, I'm finally able to make it. I'm sorry I can't stay long, but I wanted to come say hi. That means the world to me. Like, you're taking time out of your day to come into my stream and say hi, at least. That's cool. you know?
Yeah, it's like, hey, you're thinking of me in this random part of the day. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, I don't know. I feel like just people just get it way too twisted. Too twisted all the time. Just like you said, like they get sucked into the follow for follow niche, and it's just like, you don't stop. Just stop, please.
Take back the word support. I really liked what you said there, though, about support being not a sub thing, not a numbers thing, but I'm here for you. You know, if you fall over, I will pick you up. That is the first thing I think of when I think of the word support, or I think of the people that let me down in Overwatch. But
it's just like it's crazy because I get a lot of DMs on Twitter. I get too many DMs on Twitter, and it's just like I try to take time to get to them all, but I can't. And then most of them are just like people sending me their link. So it's just like okay, but it's just like people that actually like want to connect are the people that I keep around. You know, like I have a whole bunch of people that message me because I unfollow people here and there, and they're like, "Why'd you unfollow me?" I'm like, "Dude, you didn't." We don't talk. I don't know who you are.
Because you suck. No.
You know, it's not about me like boosting out my numbers. Like it's the way Twitter works. I'm going to follow a bunch of people that have the same outlook as me, like or the same passion as me. So if you're a streamer, I'm going to follow you, you know. I'm going to follow you, but if you don't interact with me, then I'm sorry, you didn't make the cut, you know.
If you don't interact with me or, you know, say something, you know, have really funny content or really good content, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's what...
No, it's just like I tell everybody, like, all right, if you're on Twitch or Mixer or YouTube, the follow for follow and sub thing does not work. But if you're on Twitter and Instagram, it does. It really does. I tell everybody, you kind of have to.
Dude, you're blowing up my spot.
I'm blowing up your spot.
Nah, just meant a joke. Go on.
No, but no, it's just like you have to. That's the way it works on those two platforms. It's common sense if you're into any type of social media marketing or know how to market yourself on social media. But it's just kind of like people will accuse you for pumping up your numbers, but it's kind of the thing where I'm going to follow people, and if these people want to interact with me and we make a friendship, that's cool. But if nobody wants to, then they're not going to make it. Because like I was following up to like 5,000-6,000 people at one point, and I cut it all the way down to like 800 because I only remember interacting with 800 of those people. You know what I mean?
It's like, do I remember your name? Yes, no. Yes, you're good. No.
Yeah, and it's just like it goes to the point to where it's kind of like, and then like I don't want you crowding up my feed. I rather see a feed full of people that I actually know and interact with, so I can interact with their tweets. You know, kind of thing.
Also, don't post live links all the time. That's the
don't
easiest
tag
way
me
to
in your
unfollowed.
Don't tag me in your live links either.
Yes, yeah, that's the big one. Oh man.
That's
so
it.
What's your general strategy if you have one on raiding and finding out who to raid? Because earlier this week, people here may remember that there was a bit of a controversy.
Only 29 people? That's not a lot.
Yeah. Some people getting a little unappreciative of raids. So what's your general strategy going? How do you figure out who you're going to send them to and make sure they're cool?
So one thing I look at is like I said, I am part of a team, but we also opened up a community team as well. I am a staff member there, so I'll look in the community portion and I'll see who's live, but I also will look at their content too. I'll be like, does this person seem like they're at least like paying attention, you know, or something. Like I don't really care much about the quality, just be like a decent person kind of thing, you know. It either goes by the game I'm playing or it goes by the people that are online. If I don't see a lot of people online, I don't worry about that. I'll look in the game category and I'll pick somebody that has like 10 and under viewers and I'll just raid them. Like I feel like, you know, a lot of people say you should raid amongst, like, let's say if you're averaging 20 something people, then you should raid somebody with 20 something people or something like that. I like making people's day by just raiding them when they're only streaming in front of 3 or 4 people. You know, I feel like that's just the best feeling in the world, even though sometimes they don't even have alerts. You know, like it's still like they see people blowing up their chat and they don't even know what's going on. You know, that's like the best feeling.
Yeah, you actually touched on something I want to talk about a little bit, which is you say a lot of people say do this with raids. I think there's a big problem where, and this is the part of the interview, by the way, where it just turns into a back and forth. So get ready for that.
Okay.
I think there's a big problem with the way that advice is given out about streaming on the internet and the way people take advice on the internet. So
Yeah,
they'll see
everybody's a
I
professional.
need to raid people at this level between this level. I need to like advice streaming 101 is spend time on other people's streams that are like you. So then people go hang out in their stream and then get super pissed whenever that person doesn't come hang out in their stream and are just approaching it all wrong. So what have you done to build your channel? How did you parse through when you're first starting out and even up to now, the good advice from the shit advice? And what'd you do to build your channel doing that?
That's a good question.
You can't just pull Ashley's name out, by the way. That's an illegal answer.
Follow for follow, bro. No,
Yeah.
no, it's kind of live and learn thing, to be honest. Like, you're always trying to learn as a creator, but to me is if you want to take advice from somebody, take advice from somebody that's successful.
Right.
I see too many streamers trying to be a professional when they only have like 500 followers and they only average 5 to 6 viewers. And it's kind of like, nothing against them, by the way. They're grinding, they're trying to get their thing on. Yeah. But if I'm going to take advice, I'm going to take advice from somebody that's a little bit above my pay grade. Like, I'm going to take, like I say, I average 39 to 45 people a stream. So okay. I'm going to look at people that have 80 plus. Like, if somebody's making advice, I'm going to make sure they have 80 plus in their average view count and take advice from them if they do something, because okay. it gets to where you only want to see yourself where we're going up, and
yeah,
everybody can have good advice. I mean, you could take amazing advice from a homeless man just learning about his story, or you can take advice from you can get bullshit from a rich dude, it's just how it is. But I feel like you just need to look at where you want to be and look at streamers that are at that limit where you want to see yourself maybe in the next 3 or 4 months. Mm-hmm. And try to make a friendship with them, because some of them they might see you as leeching if you just go straight into like, hey man, what are you doing? How are you doing this? How are you doing that? They're gonna see you as a leech and they're gonna want to back away from you. But right. if you go in there and be a part of their community and get more involved and stuff like that, then
and
that
also
is
practice
the way.
how you word it whenever you say hi. Don't send a verbal dick pic.
Hey, I'm a streamer. Hey, I'm a streamer, man. I started following you. I saw you on Twitter, dude. I saw you on Twitter, dude. Follow. No, like.
Oh, hey, Ninja, how'd you get started? Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like, come on. I met Ninja actually. He's pretty cool. Good.
Fucking name drop there, just sliding on past that. Yeah. I'm not gonna let you get away with that one.
No, it was funny meeting him. It was kind of weird though. but yeah, that's always been my personal way I do things, is that I look at a streamer, I see where I want to be, I pick their brain, and then of course you gotta make that friendship first before you even try to pick anybody's brain. And that's pretty much how I've always done it.
So how do you go about making those friendships?
Just being involved in their community. Be a viewer. That's definitely the number one thing. People always want to flaunt around that they're a streamer. Nobody fucking cares. Like, that is just the honest to God truth. Like, nobody fucking cares that you're a streamer. There's like thousands of people that get on Twitch every day and they're a streamer. People just want to see you as a person, and not saying you have to go in there and sub to them or go in there and follow. Well, you're probably gonna have to follow them if you want to look up to them, but like, go in there, follow them, be a part of their community, and just get to know them. That's all you do. Like, somebody who has 80 plus, once you get to the 80 plus viewer mark. Power Guy, thank you so much for that raid, by the way. I don't want to make you feel like your raid doesn't matter like other people do. So
Shame.
Thank you so much for that raid, dude. Where I was getting at. Okay, yeah. So if I'm looking up to somebody that has 80 plus viewer average and I pick their brain and I get to that point, I'm not going to say you're going to be alone there, but like by the time you get to that point and you get to that partner status and you get to that category, that's when you got to start all over, because you're going to have to start establishing friendships with partners around your size now. And then, so it's kind of like restarting in a way, because like you can still be friends with affiliates. Not saying that like once you hit partner, you're in this, God complex.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll just click.
You know, it's you're gonna have to start befriending and networking with people bigger than you. That's just how it is. Like,
yeah,
so it's kind of like I tell everybody, I'm not a partner, but I already know once you become a partner, that's just the beginning, because now you got to restart your whole outlook on where you want to be as far as Twitch goes.
Yeah, so I've seen a lot of people take it down that system. They start to get mad at partners saying, "Oh, these partner circles are so cliquish. Like they only hang out with each other and don't ever care about anyone else." Even though I've personally seen that's not true. But so with what you were saying, do you think there's an inherent level of that will happen kind of no matter what, because you need to be networking with people around your level, and it's like playing Agario or something, right? So once your dot gets so big, it doesn't really help you to eat little dots. So it's like it's good to care about these people, but at the same time, your time is just objectively speaking better spent around other people like yourself. Do you think that's an inherent part of the system, or do you think do you think you can work around that?
If you want to succeed, that's part of it, in my opinion. Yeah. Not to say, like I said, like I'm the type of person, I'm not going to tell everybody, look, if you support me, I'm going to support you. That's where you can build up your community, and you can still have people in like I said, your Discord interacting with each other, or you can have self-promotion areas where people can promote their stream and they can go in through that way. You know, because you want everybody to matter. Everybody does matter. Everybody who spends time in your stream matters. But I was talking to somebody about this earlier. It was on the post that I shared of the clip of the chick complaining about the raid.
Yeah.
You know,
we all know the clip.
Once you get to this level where, let's say I have 50,000 people following me and I average 20,000 or 15,000, there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to keep up with every single raid, every single host, every single follow, every single sub. There's no possible way for me to do that. So I told people, like, that's why you see a lot of these bigger streamers like Ninja and Tim the Tatman and all these other people, when people raid them, they don't even acknowledge it. They don't have time to acknowledge 10,000 plus people raiding and hosting them every single time. They don't. Yeah. You know, so I told them, like
a different job, isn't it?
Yeah, like I told people, like when you become a bigger streamer, you have to have that mind shift change. But there's still ways that you appreciate your community and talk with your community as well, though. Like it's not like it's not going to be on the grand level of rating and host. It's going to be more on the level of subs and tips.
Right.
I mean, that's honestly, like if you watch any big streamer, Shroud, Tim, or Ninja, they're only going to acknowledge their subs and their tips and their bits if it's over 500.
Get it done to science.
That's it.
But that's
because I watch these guys. Like I watched Tim the Tatman a lot, you know, and he's very community oriented. He loves his community, but the dude cannot keep up with everything that gets thrown his way. It's just not humanly possible.
Yeah. So I've picked up on this just from talking to you here. You're a very studious personality type. Like I can tell that you put in work outside of the 40 hours that you said, studying, basically trying to get better. So what are some of the other techniques other than just reaching out to somebody and befriending them, which is probably the best way? What are some of the other techniques you've done to improve your channel or make changes or get ideas or things like that? What are some of the things you do to study?
Just keeping everything community oriented. Like I've done a lot of things. Like I've done like a successful thing already. Like my first stream of December, I decided to put a tree behind me, and it's called the sub mystery. That's what I call it. And it's just a literal tree that's down there. And everybody who subs to me, they send me a picture, and I put a picture of their face or their icon on the tree as like an ornament. Because I'm a green screen guy. I don't have Plus, I'm way too lazy to put up a tree. I'm sorry. Putting up Christmas trees are the worst things in the world.
They are.
You know,
one of my friends from Europe sent me a picture of his tree. That's like this. It looks like the thing from Game of Thrones. It looks like a god's wood. So it's this gray tree with no pine needles on it and no bullshit. And I was very, very jealous that was what you do.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, like doing something like that just makes the community feel like they're part of something, you know, like that's what I tell everybody. Like when you're a smaller streamer, you gotta have this mentality of keeping everything community oriented and everything goal focused.
Right.
You know, you don't have to make it completely transparent where you tell everybody all the time. You know, like you see everybody like, oh, my goals are to get 500 followers this week. I want 10 average subs and
God, I fucking hate
15
that,
to 20 average viewers this month. You know, you don't have to make it that transparent, but know that you have goals set for yourself to improve on every month and every stream.
Yeah.
You know?
Though I definitely want to touch on that just a little bit because it's like people say, oh yeah, my goals are, you know, get 20 subs this month or get 5,000 followers this month. I'm like, yeah, okay. That's like going out saying I want a blowjob from Kate Upton this month. You know, like that's something that's a goal for only you. That's not a goal that you can go achieve. That's not a go better myself by, you know, it's not doing sit-ups, right?
Yeah.
Getting subs is not doing an active thing. So sorry, I really have a bone to pick with the people that post those goals.
No. I completely understand.
They're good to have personal. I actually do agree with that. That having personal
you always
goals,
need personal goals. You always need that.
Yeah. No, if you don't have goals and you're not chasing something, you're not growing and improving. But whew, sorry, got a little tangent there. All right, so earlier you said that a lot of people like to present themselves as streamers, and that's it. That's hard stop. I'm a streamer. Look at me. You know, there's no angle to it. So what is the angle that you approached your channel with that separated you to being more than just I'm a streamer, look at me?
I'm a person. You know, I'm a viewer. I'm here to watch your content. I'm not here to self-promote or fluff myself up. I'm here to drop in, see how you're doing, and interact with you. And I mean, that's just the way I look at it. I'm only gonna respond. Like, I hang out in streams before I stream. That's what gets me pumped up. So I'll hang out in people's streams and I'll talk. I'm not gonna say, "Oh, hey, I'm about to leave. Let me get my keyboard. Hey, I'm about to leave. Let me you know." I totally.
Yeah, I just gotta. Yep. Good job.
Yeah, it's all right. Oh shit, I can make it full screen. Jesus Christ, I'm so stupid. I could have did this the entire time, and you guys didn't tell me.
I didn't realize you didn't do that. Anyway,
but no, it's so it's kind of like I'm not gonna go in there and be like, oh, I'm about to start stream, see you later, or, you know, like I'm just gonna be like, all right, man, well, I'm about to hop off, have a good stream. You know, I'm not gonna self promote myself in someone's stream. You know,
right? Yeah. So how important do you think it is to have an angle or a gimmick for someone who is just starting off now? Do you think it's important to try to say, I personally believe that there are no more unique things to do left, that someone has taken them all, sort of. But how important do you feel it is to have your own gimmick versus just being as you said, being a human, being a person?
I don't believe in gimmicks. I'm sorry. Like, gimmicks get old. If you're like trying to, like, I'll say like Dr. Disrespect, he's a gimmick. I can't watch him anymore because I've already seen everything that he does. Like, I already know what I'm going to be watching, you know? Okay. But if you're going to be yourself every stream and you're going to do things that you believe in and do things that you feel like expanding your own creativity, that's what makes you unique. You know, that's what's going to make you unique is you being yourself and you spreading yourself out, saying, hey guys, look, I did this today. If nobody receives it, pull it back, go back to the drawing board, you know? Yeah. But as far as like streaming is a creative thing, you know, you don't have to be a creative streamer. You don't have to be this and that, but you can always try new things. And if it doesn't work out like the first week of trying, you could always try something else, you know? Right. But not saying that like, so like I do the end of the month bash. I do the end of the month bash once a month. I did my third month this past month. I do it the last Friday of every single month. And that's the only day where I'll eat a Bean Boozled for $5 or 500 bits or a sub. or every $50 we get tipped. I do shirt giveaways. If we get $200, everything, I'll eat a spoonful of really super fucking hot sauce, like stuff like that. Something to get the community involved and have fun with,
Yeah.
And I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it to like, okay, give me money. I have to get something for you guys torturing me,
Right. I deserve something for this. So how did that idea grow from when it started to what it is now? How did you go back and
just tried
it and change it and make it better? Okay.
I didn't change anything.
Okay. Well,
like I literally just like, you know what? It's going to be the end of the month. I want to do something fun. And then I did it. And then it just went super well. And then the second month was just as good, and the third month was just as good. So every month it just got better and better. Like after the third month, like this past one was like the best one we had so far. So it's just like, it's super fun, and it's something for the community just to come in and have a good time. Somebody wants to come in and gift bomb 5 subs so I can stick 5 nasty ass Bean Boozled beans down my mouth, at the same time.
Yeah.
That's why they do it, because they want to see me suffer.
Right. Yep. Your community wants to see you suffer. Everybody take notes. That's the trick.
That's pretty much it. If you're doing nasty shit like that, or shit that's gonna like people can laugh at, that's what's gonna happen.
So do you have an example of an idea that didn't work out very well that you had to take down or change?
I put up I think everybody has done this at one point, but I put up
shirtless pictures? Yeah, totally.
No.
Oh, wow. Hold on. Let me delete.
I think the worst thing I've ever did was put up a sub goal on my chat. Put up a sub goal on my stream. I used to like put like sub goal at 1, and then like if I was getting a sub every stream, I put the sub goal as 2. And I felt like that was just kind of like gross after a while. Like I was doing it for like a month, and then after that I was like, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like, if I was like, let's say if I was like, I wouldn't mind doing it maybe if I was like a partner, and I was like, because partner, like every so many subs you get, that's a new emote slot. So it's kind of like, I'll maybe like letting my community know like, hey, if we get 25 more subs, we get a new emote, I'll be like, tell your grandma and your mom to sub to me or something, but if there's no goal there, then it felt kind of wrong.
Yeah. So, and also, did you ever find it getting depressing? Did you ever find yourself quantifying your streams based on whether or not you got a sub? Because I could see that being a problem pretty quickly too.
If you're setting yourself up with goals every stream, you're going to be disappointed. Almost every stream.
So what makes a good stream for you? What are the ones you've looked back on and been like, this is one of the best streams I've ever had in my life? What have been those?
I mean, of course, you're going to look at the numbers. Like, you can look at the numbers and be like, oh, shit, I got a crap ton of bits, a whole bunch of subs. My average view count was like 50, like, I don't know what else. Like, dude, this is amazing. Of course, you're going to look at those streams.
Money is happiness. All right.
Well, I mean, numbers make people happy. Like,
yeah, for sure.
If you get a bigger paycheck, are you not going to be happy?
Totally.
I mean,
I play clicker games. The numbers go up, I get happy.
Exactly, and it's the honest truth. Like, you can listen to any streamer say it's not about the money, and it's complete bullshit. I'm sorry.
Right.
If you're streaming and you're making money from it and you're enjoying it too, it's gonna start being about the money. Like, but that can't be number one priority all the time. Your main priority as a streamer is to entertain. That is the bottom line, and people will give you bits, sub to you, or tip you depending on how entertaining you are and what your value is towards them. That's the only reason. Like, no one's going to sub to me because, oh, hey, this guy's online, let me go sub to him. No one's going to do that,
Yeah.
If you're not giving anybody any type of value to watching your stream, then they're not gonna retain that. They're not gonna give you, like, they'll probably give you like popping in a stream here and there, but they won't give you a sub, or they won't. I'm not saying that like because like not everybody can always give a sub like that. That's totally. Of course. Like I tell everybody all the time. Mode
here, but I won't.
Yeah, I mean, like quest mode you can, but honestly, I don't feel like playing. I don't feel like playing.
I feel terrible for just saying that.
I don't feel like playing a mobile game for like 5 hours just to give somebody a free sub. You know? But it's just like it's all like a building thing. That's all it is.
Yeah. So do you think, I made an interesting connection there while you were talking. Do you think that the streamers that suffer from these depressive bouts, do you think that is a partially direct result of deriving their value so much from these numbers?
Yes.
Like I think personally that's a good reason to divorce the idea of numbers and money being related. So with that in mind, what do you think about that? And what do you do to divorce those two concepts in your head so that you could still have a good stream, even if it wasn't a good numbers stream?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of streamers that you see that start having burnout and that have these times of just completely being like, my stream sucked. The streams are losing. We're losing numbers. Blah blah blah. Is because they get too focused on day-to-day numbers.
Right.
You don't want to be a streamer that's focusing on day-to-day numbers. You want to be a streamer that is there to entertain and promote value to the people watching their stream. That's what you want to be. And if you're that, the sky's the limit, you know?
Yeah.
But like, I don't look at my stream numbers every day. I look at my stream numbers every week.
Okay.
And then after that, I will line it up for the month, and then I will see what works, see what didn't work, see what game I was playing this day, see what I did this day. You know, of course, like my end of the month bashes are going to have the most numbers out of any other stream I have that month. That's because I give people so much value watching that particular stream. But I still get decent numbers week to week as well.
Right. Your end of the month bashes aren't a, hey guys, I gotta make rent, so we're throwing an end of month bash. Like I think that's a negative feedback loop.
No, like that's not even what it's about, you know? Like it's just like, hey guys, end of the month bash, you already know what's about to happen, so come hang out, you know? For my community. If I'm promoting it out on Twitter and out on Instagram, it's gonna be like, it's going to look like I'm selling out because I'm like, oh, every $5, blah, 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 and all this stuff, give me money, blah, 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 you know. But people in my community, they're like, fuck yeah, we can give them money and make them eat gross shit, you know. That's just how it goes, you know.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we're going to start wrapping up a little bit here because I am an old person at heart and go to bed early. But I like to ask this question to a lot of people that I interview, and I think it's a good one. What is the closest you've ever come to stopping streaming and giving up, and how did you manage to push past that? If you've had one of those moments, because you haven't been streaming that long compared to some people. I don't mean think bad by that. It's
no. Yeah, I've been streaming a little over a year. I think it's when I took a break. I took a long break, actually, around November. I took a 4-month break, and I didn't come back till March. And when I came back, that was kind of like starting all over.
Yeah.
It was kind of like I came back, and before I took that break, I was averaging 25 to 30 people a stream. Mm-hmm. And then I came back from my break, and then all of a sudden I had like 3 people a stream, 4 people a stream. And it was kind of like, and when I came back, I invested money. Like I got a new mic. Like I was rocking a headset. I was rocking a whole old quad core PC where I could only stream like Hearthstone on it without losing frames, you know? Yeah. And I invested into like a whole new computer and all new stuff. I spent like almost $2,000 on a whole bunch of new stuff, you know, because I knew I was passionate about this. And then, so when I came back and you know, it's kind of like, that's when you put into perspective, like I literally just spent $2,000 and I'm back to square one.
Wife's gonna beat your ass if you give up now.
Yeah, you know, like, and it was just like I'm back to square one, and you know, I was kind of part of a toxic community around then. So like, and it wasn't really toxic; it was a dying community. So it was just kind of like, okay, well, the community I'm part of is dying. and all this stuff, and everything is going, all this stuff is going on, and so why should I even continue? And then I kind of like, I left the community. Like, I helped start it and everything like that. I literally just left the community, and everything picked up after that. So it was kind of like, I tell people this: if you're part of a community that's dying and it's not giving you, it gave you something then, and it's no longer giving you results now, don't be afraid to leave.
Okay.
That's what I tell people.
What signs would you see? What are the signs of a dying community?
Signs of a dying community is leadership. If you have a leader, like every community has a leader. They have somebody who started it, and then they have a staff. They have staff. So if you see the leader not there anymore, then it's either he's either busy in life and he's not really streaming anymore, or all he cares about is streaming. Like I said, those streamer-led communities. And then or whenever you see the leader not being active and the staff no longer active.
Okay, I was gonna say Twitch getting Spanish is okay, and their leader's usually pretty busy, but I didn't. Totally. Ask them,
no.
They totally have a great system. I love Twitch.
No. Yeah, nothing wrong with them. Nothing wrong with them. But like, they have a figurehead, but honestly, she's kind of like the president. Like, she is the figurehead. Yeah. She doesn't really make all the decisions, and then you have everybody else that's underneath her that makes all the decisions.
That's fair. Yeah,
that's
so
kind of how they run.
It's just not the founder and the leadership can be two different people.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
So that's what I was saying. If you see the leader and you see the founders or the staff members aren't active either, that's a bad sign of a community. Once you start seeing those kind of things like connect, like you'll see it connect, because you won't see them post as much. You won't see as many updates or announcements or raids or anything like this. Once you start seeing those things dwindle down to absolute zero, that's it. It's time to either find something else or ask what the fuck is going on if you're really passionate about it.
Yeah. So then what'd you do after you left that community? Did you immediately go look for a new community?
Started
or did you
one.
Just say, I'm gonna
help start one.
Okay.
One. Yeah, the first community I was part of, I helped start it. I ran the community for it. But this was also along with the lines when I got my back hurt, and I went through surgery. I helped it when I was, my back was hurt. But when I went through surgery, of course, I had to step back. And then I took a break from streaming. And then when I came back, it was kind of like, okay, was I the one holding everything together? Like, what happened? And then I have a really good friend of mine. I'm sure you've seen him around Twitter or something like that. His name's Surly. He pretty much came up to me. He's like, dude, I want to start a team. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. And then now it's like one of the best decisions I think I've ever made as far as Twitch goes.
Nice. So how do you keep, and this is something I've had to deal with myself as well, how do you keep your community in line with, how do I put this? A community is going to rally around the values and beliefs of the leader, right? The leadership is going to form what direction the community goes, what's okay and what's not. How do you set a balance between, these are my personal beliefs, I want to inject these into this group of people, but also, no, these are all separate people with their own beliefs, do their own thing.
You don't inject any of your beliefs into your community.
You think not?
Don't even do that. No, Everybody's an individual. Everybody's going to do things the way they want to do them. The best thing to do is you have a community to give people the opportunity to make friends and friendships. And as far as like with us, it's like we have a team, and if you don't meet certain criterias, then you can go step down you can be part of the community, because when you're part of a team, you're part of a team. Like, it's a team.
Okay. Yeah, I gotcha.
But like, if you want to treat the team as like just another community, there's a whole bunch of stuff out there for you. But because like we tell people, like, because people will be like, oh, we see and like, this is part of being like, this is going to touch on being a leader in a community, because I'm a staff member, so I'm also a leader in the community. So it's going to go in lines with people are going to see staff benefit and people who are active benefit. There's a reason for that. Because the people who are more active in a community or in a team are going to get the most benefit, because they're actually putting in the effort to form friendships and bonds.
But you see the people who hit and run teams.
You get to see a lot of people that come in and be like, oh, it looks like the staff are the only ones getting special treatment here, and why are these people getting all these numbers and stuff like that and all this stuff? It's because they're actually putting in an effort to be a part of something.
How do you think they became staff?
Yeah, I mean, like with us, it's kind of like everybody in staff has a like-minded personality, and we're all about the same thing. But it's called also we're all individuals. So everybody, everybody's going to be individual. But if, like I said, if you inject your own personal beliefs, like how you run things, and you tell people that's how you want your community ran. I mean, you can put in the basic bullshit, like don't do this, don't do that, obvious stuff, but if you're going to put in every little thing that you do, and if they don't do it, then they're not part of it, then that's just toxic. Okay. That's like a dictatorship.
I think, so that is at least how I thought I approached my community, but with the way you're saying it, I kind of get it. I think we're on the same page, but I'm approaching it with a different word. But it's like, I'm not here to talk about my community.
You can talk.
I'm realizing I'm getting way too into it. But my point was, like, I believe that people should help others, and I believe that people should generally be friendly and be kind to people. And that is the basic bullshit, right? But I want people in the community that are okay with helping somebody else and that want to do that. And that's why I feel like as a leader, your values sort of get maybe not injected, but partially transposed over your community.
Yeah, I mean, it does.
And it's something to rally around.
Yeah, it does. But you also got to think of it as this, is that you can't expect, like, let's say you have a community of 2,000 plus people. You can't expect every one of those people to get along. Same thing with a team. If you have a team with 100 plus, even with like a team with like 100 plus people, you're not going to expect people going to get along. And then you see people like rally around each other, and then people are going to like say, oh, there's cliques everywhere in this Discord or this community. Well, yeah, we're human. We're human. We're going to rally around other people that are either like us or that lift us up. Like, and it's kind of like, just because you're trying to engage in a conversation with them, like, let's say if they're like let's say you're in a huge Discord with 2,000 people talking at the same time, and you're a person that I don't really talk to, but I'm talking to 5-6 other people that I talk to every day on this Discord, and you're going to get lost in the shuffle. Don't get mad at me, because it's kind of like, we don't have that connection yet. If you want to get that connection, you're welcome to DM me if anything, And I think people
keep jumping in until they acknowledge you, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right? I always tell people, like, this moves fast. If you want to talk, just jump in. You'll get hurt eventually.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be like, everybody's having a deep discussion about Twitch, and you just hear, hey guys, how's it going?
I had almond pancakes today. They were good.
Good morning, guys. It's kind of like you see like 10 people say good morning.
Good morning from the server.
You see 10 or 15 people say good morning while there's a whole nother conversation going on. You think these people are literally going to be like, stop what they're talking about to tell you good morning?
No, Kitty here is part of our Discord. She's like, no, everybody just says good morning all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing, it's just like, get involved in a conversation. If you see people talking about something and you can input with that conversation, do it. You're gonna get heard, but if you're just gonna say good morning, then you're just gonna get lost in the shuffle. Yeah,
it's like if you're at a party, you read the room a little bit. You go into a group and then see where you have something to interject, and then interject into that point. So.
But that's one thing about Twitch, though, is that anybody feels like they can stream. So you can have these people that don't have any social skills that just stream, and they want to be part of a community, but they don't know how. And it's nothing against them, because they never had social skills worked into their life, but you're going to have a lot of people like that. And then those people are going to feel like, well, this community feels too big for me. And that's true. Yeah. Totally. If you feel like a community is too big for you, leave and be part of something smaller. There's thousands of Twitch communities on Discord that you can be part of, whether it has 100 people or 5,000 people. There's always something to be a part of.
And you can work up social skills. Like, just because you don't have them now doesn't mean you can't learn them and acquire them. Like, I certainly was not able to go back 5 years ago. I couldn't be having this conversation this fluently. This would not work.
Yeah. I'm the same way. Like, I used to be that awkward kid, but so with me now, it's just like, I think streaming actually has helped me a bit more. Like I've always kind of had social skills, but streaming has helped like a lot more. And it is true.
Ask that. Yeah.
You know, it is true. Because you learn how to connect with people. And like I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. So everything around here is about football and basketball and video games. So it's kind of like, you know, and music. So it's kind of like with me, I know all about all those things. So like when I talk with people, I can talk to them about music. I can talk to them about sports. I can talk to them about different video games. I can talk to them about whatever, because I've learned these social skills over the years, you know.
Fucking yes, have an interest outside of streaming and games and just that. Like you're saying, the ability to talk about sports, things like that. That's awesome. And a wide variety of interest is only going to make your streaming content better because it's other sources of knowledge and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm in Texas. You can literally say, "How about them Cowboys in my city?" and someone will probably respond in your group. That'll work because the conversation started.
Yeah, that my wife is from Texas actually, so it's kind of funny. It was kind of funny when she moved down here. But they're both full. They're both football states.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Because us is LSU and Saints.
Yep. Both my teams beat both those teams lately. Anyway. All right, we don't have to get into that at the moment. So,
yeah, I know Dallas beat the Saints. You don't have to rub it in.
Aggies beat LSU, and I am going to rub that one in just a little bit.
I'm not an LSU fan, to be honest.
I was about to say, don't bring up the past 7 games. But no, we're going to lose everybody if we turn this into sports chat. And that's totally okay.
Hey, we might get more people to come in and talk. You never know.
I've always wanted to do like a Twitch sports show, but I'm afraid that 10 people would show up, and that's the ceiling for sports on Twitch.
Honestly, I think you could do it, man. Those Thursday night football games on Amazon Prime has actually been pretty successful. I don't know if you checked it out.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I kind of forgot they did that.
Yeah, they have the Amazon Prime channel, and every Thursday they do the football games. So, I mean, hey, man, if you want to try it out, I think you should try it, because I don't see a lot of talk shows talk about sports. Everything's always about video games or food, you know?
Right.
So it's kind of
I was in like the first community experience, even before streaming. I was in a 32-man Madden league, and that was one of my favorite gaming experiences ever. Just getting to play a football GM over a Discord like that.
Oh yeah, dude, the Madden leagues are fun. Like if you get involved with people with that and do a Madden league with like close friends and you shit talk each other while y'all play against each other. Like if you only have 4 people, then you pick all 4 teams from the same conference. Yeah, you know, and then you just shit talk each other because you're gonna play each other twice in that season, you know.
Yeah. No,
and then but like it goes to I don't know if you know, well, if you're frequent in Ashley's streams, she talks about that guy I'm Really Important, and he's a political guy. And everybody knows that people on Twitch hate politics. like we don't like talking about it. We don't. Like I mean, honestly, we're not going to get into talking about our political beliefs, you know, but it's kind of like, but with him, he makes it comfortable. If you ever go into his chat, he makes it comfortable for everybody just to discuss, you know, and if things get heated, he'll shut it down quick. He'll be like, y'all taking the DMs. But as far as friendly banter goes, or banter about one's beliefs, let's go for it, you know?
Right. Yeah, that's definitely a niche.
Yeah, but you have to be passionate about it, and he's passionate about politics, so he knows how to, like, he can make it work, you know, like it's like if you're passionate about sports and if you want to do something with it, then you can make it work, you know. Like Twitch and Mixer and YouTube and Facebook Live is taking over everything entertainment related.
Yeah.
So
very soon people are going to realize that this ain't just about video games.
People like, let's say you start a talk show about sports. People are going to stop watching ESPN and they're going to tune in to your talk show instead, because you know why? They can interact with you too about everything. So it's kind of like that's why people like this. They can interact with people. So you're talking about sports and everything that happens, and they'll be like, "Yeah, fuck the Cowboys," or you know, something like that coming into your chat, and then you know,
my mic's falling apart.
It's all good. It's all good, man.
All right. Well, I was going to talk about the future of streaming and how video games aren't going to be a part of it. Not a part of it, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, live streaming is the future, man, and people are starting to get on board with it now.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, after how many years?
Oh, this is plan on another show for that. I'll rope you in on it. That's a whole like 2-hour segment on its own. Anyway, I'm an old person. It's like past my bedtime at this point. Is there anything that you feel like plugging before we sign off here? Even though like
we're gonna plug in my own channel. Hey guys, my name is Yosh.
Plug you in your own channel. There's some people from Streamer Squad here, I'm sure.
Well, I already know you're probably gonna cut it and upload it to your YouTube anyway or something like that. Yeah. So, my name is Yosh. Twitch.tv/ItsYoshh. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Central Time. I stream variety mostly. I'm very community oriented. If you couldn't tell, from the talk show.
All right, you gotta do a better elevator pitch than variety and community oriented. What you got?
No, I mean,
I know that's you, and I know you're being truthful, but that is every elevator.
It is. I mean, that is. I mean, it's hard. Like, I'm just myself, man. Like it's hard to really explain everything. I mean, I stream whatever the fuck I want. I'm not gonna be that guy that's gonna be like, is this game gonna give me the numbers, you know? But right. But yeah, I'm a streamer out of the thousands and thousands of other streamers on Twitch.
Yeah, they'll get what you're about by watching this interview. But yeah, we'll shore up that elevator a little bit more for next time.
But yeah, but no, I'm more of like a personality on Twitter more than anything, in my opinion. Yeah.
In fact, yeah, your Twitter is probably a great way to get to know a little bit more about you. I feel like 15 seconds on your Twitter will give you a way better overview than any
look at my my pinned clip, you know.
Yeah. No. Yeah, exactly.
No, but yeah, I do end of the month bashes every month, and I get my community super involved. We're gonna start doing more charity streams pretty soon. I'm going to start dedicating probably like a half a month to charity streams once I get all that set up. So basic, typical charity streamer pitch right there.
Sounds good. Do you have any like merch laying around that you want to show people?
Yeah. I got.
Pep out that nice Balls energy drink you got behind you.
Yeah, dude. I'm sponsored by Balls, by the way.
That's
Blue
great.
Balls.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm sponsored by them. Huh?
God, that's so cool.
Yeah. I got merch on the Streamlabs merch. I'm wearing actually one of my sponsors too. They're called So Sick Clothing. I'm wearing one of their shirts right now, kind of repping them up right now. So I have my own streamer line on their website.
You're like Kanye.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna get a pair of Yeezys because my name is Yosh. So Yoshi's. There we go.
Okay, you got it done. No. Shut it down.
No, but yeah, man. It was really nice doing this though. This is my first interview. I don't know if my nerves showed.
Nah, not at all. You're fine. You're natural. It's a good job. Most people are way better at interviews than they think they are.
Oh, really? No, I thought I did shit.
Cool. No, it was great, man. Have you on some other time again. We'll get it. We got to catch up again. That was fun.
Of course.
All right. And we take off. Have a good one, man.
All right. Later, dude. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Gabby Mars, thank you for the follow. Power Guy, thank you for the raid. Volsaria, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you guys for all the hosts. Blips, thank you so much for that follow. Thank you guys for hanging out. I love you too, Power Guy. This was fun. This is my first ever interview that I've done, and it was a good time. Thank you, Canadian Kitty. I do appreciate it. It was great and love it. You spoke truth. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Hopefully you guys got to learn a little bit more about me. Hopefully you guys had a good time with this. And I don't know. This is my first. Like, we did it on Twitch because he's mostly on Mixer. So he said he doesn't really have anything to. He doesn't have like a community on Twitch to do it, so he just wanted to do it through my channel. So that Trouble Guy was hot, dude. He wasn't he? No, but no comment. Too poor to resub tier 3, so love hard on your tier 1. I am Volsaria. Thank you so much. You don't have to tier 3 to me. I appreciate you tier 1ing as well. Love for all subs. All subs matter, just like all bits matter. Okay. Nah, Trouble Truck, it was great, dude. You go get some sleep, you old man. If you're gonna wink, did I do the correct eye? Wait, it's this one. Yeah. There we go. I always wink with the wrong eye. Always. If you guys have any other questions to ask me before I hop off, I'm going to hop off in like the next 7 minutes. So if you guys have any other questions that you guys want to ask, dude, White Llama Poo Poo. Thank you so much for that sub, dude. Is there a wrong winking eye? I think in the camera there is. Like, you want to do it with the eye that's closer, you know? Like, I have like the wrong thing. Well, let's put up my IRL one. Let's leave this call so it can detect my camera. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Why isn't it detecting my camera? Properties. There we go. There we go. Dude, it was fun. We'll catch up some other time. Looking forward to it. I feel like I personally learned a lot from this stream, so I imagine others will as well. Have a good one. Yo, Trouble Truck, thank you so much, dude. I don't have my green screen up, so you guys won't be able to see the back. My camera is like, nope, yeah. If you guys didn't know, we have our sub mystery on the back as well. So, if you guys are a sub to me, go in my Discord, !Discord, and make sure you guys send me a picture of y'all so we can put it on the tree. So, if you guys have any other questions, please let me know. We'll probably play a little bit of music too.